Hi, I'm Chris Adams. Welcome to Guitar in Perfect Fourths Tuning, number 36, 6 ways to play a two-octave augmented triad arpeggio in one-hand position in the first inversion. Now, with the augmented triad, as you might know from before, or you just might know it already, it's symmetrical, completely symmetrical. So here you're going to learn 6 ways to play a two-octave arpeggio in the augmented scale. It's the same notes in the same order. And there's really only 2 intervals. You're either going to be playing a major third or an augmented fifth. And using perfect fourths tuning, of course, makes this easier, and because it's symmetrical. So in the description, there's going to be links to a PDF about this and some other kind of cool stuff for you to go pick up. As you can see, with augmented triads, it's completely symmetrical. So it's symmetrical on the fingerboard, and it's also symmetrical in the scale, because when you start stacking major thirds, so you start on the root. So let's start with the 8th fret. This guitar is tuned down to D. So this note is going to be a B flat concert pitch, but on this guitar it's going to be the 8th fret. So we start here, we go up a major third, we go up another major third, the augmented fifth, go up another major third, and we're back to the octave. So an augmented triad splits the octave up, and it's got spiffy diagonal shapes. So the augmented triad is not widely used in most music, but it's good to learn because it's a good transitioning chord to have in your arsenal, and it's good for lots of stuff. So there are, even though they are going to look the same because it's symmetrical, there are inversions of this, and because we're in perfect fourths, the shapes are going to repeat. And you'll find as we go through this with augmented triad, the symmetrical nature of it kind of changes the mental exercise, if you will, compared with major, minor, and diminished triads. As the shapes are changing, it's kind of like sliding in the augmented scale. So I'm going to show you 6 different paths through this set, and the music happens obviously when you combine them and move around. So these notes are going to be the same notes on different frets, if you notice. So that we're going to start here on the 12th fret, and we have the major third. So our root note is here. So the chord notes are going to be, that's going to be our chord. I was playing at the from the root of this, starting on the 8th fret, which is up there. So we're going to go up to the first inversion, which is going to kind of sound the same, but we're going to be on the 12th fret, and we're going to be working all with major thirds. So we're going to have the 12th fret with the major third, the 16th fret, which is the augmented fifth, and then we're going to go to the same augmented fifth here on the 11th, and up to the root here, and then we're going to go up to the same root here, major third here, same major third here, same augmented fifth here, augmented fifth here at the 8th fret, a root at the 12th fret, same root at the 7th fret, and finally we're ending on the 11th fret with the major third. So so they're so the same notes, and it's all symmetrical, which is kind of cool, right? So there's 7 notes altogether. So starting on we're going to get through the there's augmented triad. Here's an octave higher, and we're going to add the same note, the third, going up to complete this octave. Okay. So we're going to, across the 6 strings, it's going to be the same notes in the same order every time. And each version of the pattern is going to change the string where we're going to play 2 notes on 1 string. Okay, so the first one is we're going to play 2 notes on the first string, highest, this string. So we're going to start here on the 12th fret with the major 3rd, the augmented 5th, the root. We're going to go up an octave, major 3rd, augmented 5th, and the root on the 7th fret, and go up a major 3rd to complete the cycle, and then back down again. Major 3rd on the 11th fret, root on the 7th fret, augmented 5th on the 8th fret, major 3rd on the 9th fret, root on the 10th fret, augmented 5th on the 11th fret, major 3rd on the 12th fret. And we'll notice in this position that we have the augmented triad here, and then the up an octave here. And something, you can go up the scale in different patterns. Again, this is not to, this is the basic building blocks, the kind of first principles, the baseline of knowing and hearing the scale. So you can, once you can play the fingering smoothly, then you can, branch out and use a metronome and do all that stuff. But anyway, to continue, we're going to go to 2 notes on the 2nd string. So you'll see that there's a lot of repeated, the patterns are all going to repeat, but the true inversions in this one are not going to repeat, if that makes sense. I'll just let that sit there. I'll just let that sit there. So anyway, we're going to go move the 2 notes per string up the neck this way onto the 2nd string. So we're going to start on the 12th fret here with major 3rd, augmented 5th, root, major 3rd, augmented 5th, going up a major 3rd to get to the root again, and to the major 3rd on the 11th fret. And now going back down, major 3rd on the 11th fret, root on the 12th fret, augmented 5th on the 8th fret, major 3rd on the 9th fret, root on the 10th fret, augmented 5th on the 11th fret, major 3rd on the 12th fret. Now we're going to go on to 2 notes on the 3rd string, starting again on the 12th fret, major 3rd, augmented 5th on the 11th fret, root on the 10th fret, major 3rd, augmented 5th on the same string at the 13th fret, root on the 12th fret, and major 3rd on the 11th fret. So you can see kind of you can make some cool patterns going back down, 3rd, root, 5th, 3rd, root, 5th. And as part of the whole, I slid in a whole tone scale kind of by accident. So for those of you that may not realize this, the augmented chord, when you start here, is 2/3 of the whole tone scale. Did I get that right? No, sorry, it's half of the whole tone scale. So here's the other half. Anyway. So it's kind of neat to play patterns on this scale because the fingering is very easy. Okay, next. And here we have the 2nd inversion, which is starting on the augmented 5th. So something that kind of useful for this chord pattern. So say you're playing just a regular major chord. And you can play the augmented. You move the fifth up and down. That's kind of one way to consider it, where you're taking the, sorry, it's the second inversion. So let's just stick to the program. Sorry about that diversion. But anyway, here's the augmented triad again and here's the second inversion. Same fingering, different note values. All right, so we're going to start on the 11th fret. You have the augmented fifth, root, third. To compare it to the major chord. So second inversion, the kind of E chord shape of the second of it gives you the second inversion of a major chord, and you're just going to move the fifth up one fret, and there's your second inversion of the augmented chord, and now we can go up an octave. And play it up there. Now we're going to move our pattern down to the fourth string, the major third on the 12th fret, augmented fifth on the 11th, root on the 10th, major third, up to the major third on the 14th fret, augmented fifth on the 13th fret, root on the 12th fret, major third on the 11th fret. Okay, so that's up and down there, and we're going to see the first inversions repeated. So it's nice to see there. Now we're going to go to two notes on the fifth string, so major third on the 12th fret, augmented fifth on the 11th fret, root note on the 15th fret, then the major third on the 14th, augmented fifth on the 13th, root on the 12th, major third on the 11th, going backwards, so third, root, augmented fifth, major third, root, augmented fifth, major third. Now we're going to go to two notes on the sixth string, the final pattern. So we start on the major third, on the 12th fret. Then we go up to the 16th fret for the augmented fifth, 15th fret for the root, 14th fret for the major third, 13th fret for the augmented fifth, 12th fret for the root, 11th fret for the major third, and we're back down again. So let's do a little pattern for fun. Major third, root, augmented fifth, root, augmented fifth, major third, augmented fifth, major third, root, major third, root, augmented fifth, root, and we can see that this is the we're back to the second inversion here. Repeated. So here's our third, and we start on our fifth. So that's an octave apart. And there we have it. So here's the whole thing. And it's a fun scale. I've been trying to figure out really how to use it in my own playing. And because, especially doing this exercise, you realize how you can slide between elements of it. And when you're feeling fancier, you can slide between the next row. It's a major third in either direction. So you can slide up a major third and play the exact same angle patterns and get this augmented tonality. So that's pretty neat. So anyway, that's kind of homework. Thanks for watching. So here's a couple of my books, Guitar in Fourth Gear, transitioning from standard tuning from caged tuning in the perfect fourths, and you'll drink the Kool-Aid, and then you'll be like me and get into these symmetrical patterns. The next one is Triad Studies, where I go into a lot of detail about playing triads like in this way, in similar ways. So thanks a lot for watching. There's links in the description below to all my stuff at Taurus Head Studios, and all the stuff I do, PDFs, links to my books, links to other projects that I do. Thanks for watching, and you have a great day.